us. Dessen, I've been tracking your tweets on the incident, and we're purely in the realm of speculation here, but it does certainly sound that this was a hit.
Well, Michelle, it is early to say just exactly what the motive was. Police say that they are investigating. They are still on the scene behind me, and that's at that parking lot that you mentioned at the Gateway Theatre of Shopping. It seems like he was the only one, the victim that is, that came under attack. He was shot at in the parking lot, and we understand that the suspects then fled the scene. They left in a vehicle, according to police. But it really is a brazen attack. We often speak of those, but this certainly is one if you consider the security at a mall, and this happened within a parking lot and in close proximity to the shopping area of the mall as well. Michelle, I just want to bring in Joe Danesa. He's with KZN VIP. It's one of the security companies that responded. Joe, you were here quite early. This happened not very long ago. What did you find when you got here?
When I got here, together with my response vehicle, because we're a company that operates in the local vicinity, although we are not part of the security for the gateway itself. On us responding, our medics responded first, and on the first floor of the parking lot, close to the Virgin Active Gym, they found Indian male lying deceased. It was, unfortunately, it was already deceased at the time when they arrived at the scene. Yes.
Do we know if he was near his vehicle? Was he with anyone else at the time when he came under attack?
No, he was not with anyone else. It seemed that he had left the gym at that time, but so far it doesn't seem that anyone was with him.
There's still a lot of activity inside. We haven't been allowed to get up to that floor, especially since it's been cordoned off as a crime scene now. What's going on up there? Because you had just come to me from upstairs a short while ago.
Yeah, the crime scene has been cordoned off. The police forensic experts are on the scene now, and they are busy doing their investigations. And the scene is under the control of the police, and we are just doing some crowd management for the backing up the police with crowd management, yes.
Joe, is there any indication as to how the suspects got in and out of this secure precinct?
Unfortunately, that hasn't come to light as yet, and I don't know. It's the police that will have that information if it's possible. But so far, we do not know how the suspects came in and how they got out.
Thank you very much. Michelle, that's Joe Danesa from KZN VIP, one of those that was here shortly after that incident took place. What I asked him at the end is certainly one of the questions that we would also have to put to the management at the Gateway Theatre of Shopping, just to find out how it is that gunmen got into this parking lot and out without getting caught. We understand that the victim is a prominent player in the tow truck space. It's a bit early to name him. As you understand, it's his next of kin still have to be informed as well. There were some family members and friends as well that were in the area, in the vicinity around the crime scene, and they had to be taken away by police because they were quite emotional after discovering what had taken place.
Yeah, absolutely, Dessen. There's some coverage online about who this person may have been. I'm not sure whether it is confirmed, but what have you heard about perhaps some drug involvement there, that it might be a taxi boss, a tow truck owner? What kind of talk are you hearing there?
That's exactly it, Michelle. In fact, there is a lot of speculation, many people linking the deceased to those kinds of activities, some calling him a gang leader, a drug dealer, saying that he had been quite heavily involved in minibus taxis as well as owned tow trucks, and was involved in some kind of rivalry. But I think I must stress at this point, Michelle, that is still speculation. This investigation is still in its early stages, and those are certainly the messages that are doing their rounds. But as more information does come to light, and after more detailed interviews with police, we will be able to confirm that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Dessen, before we let you go, just in terms of the practicality of getting into the parking lot, getting in and out of a parking lot, specifically at a mall, usually you'd have to get a ticket at the boom, and when you leave, you have to put that ticket back in. It's going to be a big question to put to mall owners there or mall management there as to exactly how that was possible, how security guards there didn't pick up what had unfolded in the parking lot there at that shopping centre.
That's right, Michelle, and I think I'll just step out of shot while I continue this conversation with you. So you are seeing this activity at the entrance to this parking lot, and certainly behind these vehicles that you're seeing now are those boom gates that you speak of. Once again, it calls into question mall security. You'll remember that this was also one of the malls that just last year we had seen explosive devices planted at. And even then there were questions about how people managed to get those devices into the mall. Once again now, the management will have to answer to that. We know that security was increased, specifically after those incidents. There was the installation of cameras, more so than there was previously. More security guards were in place, and there's all sorts of measures that are in place to ensure that criminals can't get in or out, for that matter. But it seems that in this particular case, there was these suspects that did manage to get into the mall, managed to shoot someone dead in the parking lot and get out completely undetected. So certainly a lot to be answered for by management as well as security personnel here.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll put those questions to them. Thanks very much for that. My colleague Destin Thathia live to us there, just outside the scene of that shooting that unfolded just this morning. One man shot dead in the parking lot of the Gateway Theatre of Shopping. That happened just a short while ago.